Hello. Here is KF57. Let's continue this tutorial for part 3, as usual with IA synthetic voice from my own human texts. I hope you understand this choice. In the previous videos you saw the track installation from the main line, the road crossing, and the paper factory installation. You have the link of this video above. Time now to make the tracks for loading finished product out of the paper factory. But before that we need to install the serial factory to be sure we have enough place, and also the related track for input and output. You will often want to make switch very close to each other, but this will cause a non-realistic view due to the switch signs which will be in another track. There is no collision with the sign, so the trains still be able to travel, but in my opinion, seeing something like this every time I travel here in the game is not okay. We check if the track effectively crossed the input trigger, and go near the output trigger without crossing it, to avoid pallets spawning above the track. We copy the terrain level adjusted for platform installation, already set near the paper factory. The space will be very light near the factory, so I decide not to install a platform, but to build one with concrete slab. What we need is to know the terrain level corresponding to the top of the platform. We will install one, check the terrain, and then put the factory on the top of it after leveling enough to cover the whole area. This is the correct altitude. Not enough space here, we must extend the place. The factory is now installed. We just make a walk session around to check all is okay with integration, and we continue with the track installation. I think you understand now how to install rail, with straight, curves, and slope sections. Note that slope section can of course also be installed on a flat terrain. According to my layout, this track is for loading finished product out the paper factory. But I realize it will not be possible directly. I decide to build a platform on the right, and the forklift will have to climb a ramp I will install after the end of the track. And I also install another switch, I think, and hope there is enough space to make a second track on the other side of the platform. Let's try it. And now put the flat car at its loading position for the output of the serial factory to build the concrete slab platform. As we do for the paper factory installation in the previous video, you have the link on the upper right of the screen. We can install a multiple layer of concrete slabs to reach a suitable height or build over a wide space. Necessary here because the terrain slope cannot be enough steep to allow only one slab to cover the space between the factory and the flat car. And of course now the terrain is locked by the factory. Sorry here, I lost a few seconds of the rush of this part. I just installed the loading platform and started to set the terrain. We are now making the access ramp from the factory to the platform. Always the same method: find the correct altitude, make the suitable ramp, and install the placeable elements. The platform height is not totally accurate. I can remove everything and restart, but I can also install 2 stabs. I just copy the alignment from the platform to install the parallel track. There is in fact enough space to build an extra track here, for example to store old log cars or anything else, I don't know. But there is space, and I love tracks. So I integrate another switch in the layout. See here my method to connect properly 2 sections, by installing dummy rails just to visualize both sides' alignment. The angle is too steep. The switch must be installed earlier. It is quite easy after you understand. Try it on your map. Define a layout, prepare the terrain, adjust your rails, and see if it can be improved along the construction process. Let your imagination free and follow your feeling. As usual, we test the track as soon as possible. There is sometimes hidden collision. The earlier you detect it, the better it is. Enough space here for little dead-end track? Okay, we will make it. Be also careful when you install a switch in an existing straight track section. You must remove every tracks under the switch and not enter the switching zone with any track, because if you do, the switch will malfunction in game and you will perhaps don't understand why. I speak here by experience. All tracks are now installed in the industrial area. It is time to make the decoration. As you see in the first tutorial, texture, asparagus, and tree and bushes at the end. You already know that. I speed up the video. Meanwhile, let me give thanks to all of creators of the various mods you have seen in this video, especially for the SZPAKOWO map, the concrete slab, and of course the ZCAALOCK railroad system. I also take a few seconds to thank you for watching. Those videos are very long to produce. I like doing that, but there are not enough views to make me totally happy. Thank you to be here. Tell your friends to watch and motivate me to make more videos. If you start this channel by the 3 tutorial videos, I advise you watch older videos to have some playing views, impressions, my whole SZPAKOWO railway network, etc. I will make additional videos, including one in roleplay, but after? Please give me ideas in the comments or the frequency of the video will decrease. I show you almost everything about the railway system. Do you want some information about how we play together with my friend, our rules? About the railway costs? Feel free to ask. When making the decoration, imagine you live here, imagine you work here, where are you walking, driving, and adjust the decoration and texture to increase the realism. In the game, I quickly needs the paper factory, and I was in winter season. I made those videos in winter, but it's not the best season to do that. Lots of flower and bushes have a better aspect in spring or summer. which are the best season to see what you do. Try to imagine how the people take care of the vegetation. Here, near factories, the employee have probably no time to cut grass and trees. Perhaps only train circulation make the track free of vegetation, and only the direct contact of the factories and the parking places will be often cleaned. So, job is done. Time to walk along the tracks to appreciate our work. What a good feeling, in my opinion. I'm looking forward to playing here. An other panoramic view from the air, traveling across our new industrial era. Honestly, even if some details can be better, the impression is very good, and it is fully playable. The tutorial is enough long. I made additional decoration just before this panoramic view, like parking lines, vehicles of employees, and some piles of logs, waiting for being treated by the paper factory or refused because of quality, for example. Just imagine. What's important is that it could look like this in reality. Waiting for gaming and production now. I hope you enjoy this tutorial series and you like my videos. See you soon.